different. We need to look up the value, which we're also going to have string path. Alright, so back to read stream reader, because that's in C#, not in C++. Really? Damn it all. It'd be a lot easier if we could append to the beginning of the file. So now, prepend file. Interesting. Well, that sucks. But it'd be somewhat easier to do that than just to have to seek through everything like that. So here's another question then. How do we delete? I wonder if we could use a vector to store the information as well. We'll figure that out later. Let's actually see how to mouth meltdown. See how to delete files. Oh, really? Just remove? Wow. That works pretty interesting. That's pretty easy. So, forget this. Well, let's keep it because maybe I won't. Maybe I'll use it. Maybe I won't. But we'll just comment it off for now. We want to go. Do another one of these. So this time it's gonna be void. Debug file remove const char file name that's all we have to do, right? We'll create this up here. Void file remove const char file name. Alright, now we also need to create a vector. Alright, string vector. Now, how the hell do we define vectors again? Damn it. Having brain farts today, but that's why we have this open for us, so we can check that stuff out. Okay, no, so we just defined vector, the type of whatever we're using, and then the name. Gotcha, and then we initialize it. Okay. That makes more sense. So, vector capital, or lowercase, lower. We'll have to add vector up here though. Oops. File data. No, we'll just do as that for each line in the file. We'll load it into this vector, and then delete the file. Then write the number of IDs to the top of the file, and then add this underneath it. Barbaric, I know, but it's just how it has to be done. So we need to initialize the vector up here now. So file data. Crap. Alright, so what we need to do then is to initialize this vector by giving it one element. Otherwise it won't be initialized and won't be able to be used. So that's what this is for. We need to do a pushback, but we just need to put like an empty string or something. Dot push back. That'll be fine. The goal is to make this a vector which we can store all the data in the file, no matter how much data there is in the file, and then add it back in after we add in the BID at the top of the file name. So let's see. Okay, so here's where we want to start with here. So what we need to do is we first need to grab all the data from the file. Now, BID is going to be over 0 if this is called. Well, that's not necessarily true though, is it? So now we'll keep this, if it isn't 0 here, we'll keep this here. And get rid of that. Okay, so if BID isn't 0, in other words, if there is data in the file, we need to open the file with iStream instead of outstream. So ifstream. if, then path dot c_str so if so if the file was opened correctly, if, I'll say for crap, what is the we need to find F, let's see, so it's going to be fstream, yeah. So we want, where is it, EOF, okay. So we can just use, yeah, just leave it like that. So say, not for, but while non-end of file, and then we say file data dot pushback, and then if Okay, let's do it differently. We need to. So, are there any BID equals 0? Is there any time when I just want to make sure I get all the different. There's any other variables I set in here now? Okay, good. So we'll just add that to here then. String. So we'll say data, bug data, or file data. File data storage. And then what we'll do with that is if I think it's the other that operator. I don't think it's the other one. It could be though. I'm not sure. Game. Okay, no, so it is that operator. And files the same. It uses the same operator as cin. So if file data this doesn't match it. ifstream loading process blah 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 blah. Why isn't it stream? That's what it should be. No, it matches operands if cd string. The joys of having to figure this out again. So in file, if in file, it's showing up correctly over here though. So what the hell's the problem? Still doesn't like it. Print bid. So ifstream was the exact error. No operator matches operands. Name is an array of strings. Try putting each string in that array individually. So it's saying that the output is not capable of being stored. Oh, F data. Duh. Damn. No wonder. F data. And so it'll keep pushing, it'll keep adding data, adding the lines to this vector until it reaches the end of the file. Once it reaches the end of the file, it's going to say, okay, stop that and continue on. Which is what we want to do. Then what we need to do after that, so we've got that, we need to then, or wait, we need to go back down here. Call file remove and path. Delete .c_str. Delete old log file. Copy log file data. Check to see if file exists. Or no, wait. Open log file. Because if BID is above 0, it's going to have been created. So we don't have to check to see if it exists. If is higher, oops. If bid is higher than 0, log file already exists. Therefore, no need to check for existence. Alright, so now we need to add this back in. So we need to recreate it now. So what we need to do though is we need to close close if. Close the if stream here. So if dot close. Now OF stream OFS or OF open file. Let's see. If dot make sure I actually properly open it instead of trying to create a new one. Okay. So OFstring OF, and now we are going to create a new path, or a new file. Path.c_str. Create new log file. Let's see. How do we want to accomplish this now? How do we find? I guess we use the size, don't we? We'll use a for loop for this. So if OF and now we go for I equals 0. As long as I is less than file data dot size. I think we want size of vector. So now find number of elements in vector. yeah, size actually is the one we want for vectors. It's count of for arrays. The vectors is size. So size, and then I++ to increment, and first cell. That's second. First thing I want to do is do OF So that's what we're doing this whole thing for. Print last bug ID. Or we'll call it save last bug ID. Now let's call it print. So save. Let's see. Print old log information. So now what we need to do is to go OF and then we'll say file data dot at I. And this should include the line breaks as well. Alright. Then we need to close the outstream. Alright, and for this now, yeah, BID is not set up by the user, it's done automatically, so it'll work that way without having to worry about it. However, okay, now that does happen before it opens up. It just happens after this stuff here, but before that, so that'll work out perfectly. Okay. Now we just need to add in this, so we're going to go since we won't know if the file is there or not, we're going to have to check to make sure it is or not. So we'll say we'll have to call the file exists. Let's see now, if file exists path dot cstr. Oops. So if it exists, we're going to open it with the IF stream. So if then IF BID. Then IF dot close. So that'll look at the very first line of the file, and take that value that's going to be there and set it to let me check real quick. Let me see here. IF stream. Let's just look up IF stream real quick. So extract formatted data. Let's see. Well, we'll see if it works or not. And I have a feeling that it only... Well, let's look at the code for here. No, I guess it'll work. The way it looks here, we're just taking that right in. Although we store it and then pass it along, it looks like. Although that's because we have to send it to the other classes too. This works like how I have it set works perfectly for what I want to use it for. However, are those... Where's game.h? Not open. Okay, so it's the variables themselves that determine what type of... Okay, so, but there's a problem. There would be a problem if you tried to import a string to an integer thing. It'd probably give you a compile or an error or something, crash the program or something like that. But anyway, so that'll work the way we have it set up. Perfect. Like this. Okay. Set BID to last known. Well, it's printed. And that's how we'll keep track of bug ID numbers through various program restarts and starts. Why is it not like this? Expecting statement. Oh, we're missing one up there. That's what it was. So now what has to happen is that in main, before it closes, we have to call print BDI or BID. Let's see. So debug.print Alright, and we'll see if that works or not. Everything else should be uncommented, that should be. Alright. load it up. Actually, let's make sure we delete the log file if it's open. It's not. Let's go and delete it. The log file's from here, though. And alright. So it's been written. Okay. So now let's check it. Crap. That's right. And it worked, but because of how it's set up, we're gonna have to, yes, there we go, perfect. That's what I was hoping for. We're gonna have to go through and replace the spaces with underscores like we did with CI or SC and the other one for the, whole encrypting, decrypting thing. I also don't see any of the page breaks we had in here, which is interesting as well. So we may have to create a space tag or something that we use to create spaces. Alright, so first things first, we need to bring over the encryption decryption. I know this works, so we don't need to test it. We'll just take it straight from here. Alright, so encrypt, decrypt. We will have to change it up a bit though, to more fit into the what we're using it for here. For one, we're not going to need player, and game should be debug. So debug file data encrypt decrypt. Alright, so let's make sure I keep the last one here. Alright, so it's going to have to do with the vector, not the other stuff. So when it goes into the vector, it'll have to be encrypted there. So what we'll do is this. Before or after we've put the data into a vector, we'll go through each element in the vector and encrypt it, again in quotation marks, to have underscores instead of spaces. So what we need to do then would be for I equals 0. I is less than file data dot size with I plus plus. So replace file data dot at I dot begin same for .end. Crap, what do we need for that? Algorithm and direct, maybe? I think that's right, algorithm and direct. .h. And yeah, alright, looks like that'll work. Sweet. And then for decrypt, we just take this, drop it in, and all I have to do is just switch this around. That's when we're pulling in the data itself. So that'll happen at a different place. Let's see, so that's when we're pulling in the information. No, wait, we'll never be pulling in the information itself. So actually we don't need to decrypt it. So we'll never be loading this information into the program ever. It'll just be exported only. So that's fine there. What we need to do is to now, instead of using endl, we need to use something else. Maybe a hashtag or something. Just a hash or something then. In order to signify that it's a new line instead of just using endl, because that creates a new line tag, and I think that's what's causing that not to work properly. As far as the spacing in between bug things here. So, let's go ahead and test this. Oh, wait. Duh. Stupid me. We gotta actually implement that now. We haven't actually added that in yet to call for, where's the vector at? Actually, we don't even have to use this. We could just pop it right in here, couldn't we? Boom. No need for a whole entire new function at all. Alright. Damn it. Well, we got, at least we got the bugs actually separated now. Now we gotta figure out how to do this properly. We'll just have to put the underscores in as they're being printed out the first time. It's not gonna work that way, I don't think. Alright, well, let's see. Storage equals see if we can actually make it work this way. No operator matches. That's what I was thinking. So storage equals file data dot at I. Place file data, instead of that, we then do storage. and then file data, or we could just do storage itself instead of actually adding it back into the array or the vector. Just make this storage. Let's try that. Nope, that didn't work either. Interesting. Why is the question now? So it's a string, this is a string, replace storage, step again, and replace spaces with underscores, then to print the storage itself. It's all very cut and dry and simple. I guess it doesn't want to work that way. So we'll just change all these to underscores here. Annoying, but necessary. Just wondering what this has any implications for the stuff over on the other one as well. As far as that's not working now. It might just be some artifact of this and not the general idea. So I know the general idea works because I've tested it several times. Alright, so deleted, good. Go. Yeah. That's going to present an interesting issue. The data that's entered here will have to be done with underscores, won't it? Otherwise it won't print correctly. That kind of sucks, but we'll have to deal with it. Oh, the date too. Look at that. The dates are the timestamps are messed up. On the other note, that actually works. Well, the 2013 got put down there twice. Interesting. So maybe we won't have the timestamps. Kind of sucks, but I'll have to deal without it for now. So I figured out a way to do this so it doesn't crazy complicated like all the other stuff been posted and can work. Anyway, so we've got that figured out for the most part. The information given to the thing needs to also have underscores though. Now see, these we could do this, yeah, we could do these here. So before this stuff gets printed out, encrypt data So replace b name dot begin b name dot end. Cool. There we go. Worked that time. Maybe if we save the timestamp, we get to work too if we do it that way. But anyway, so there we go. Now we can actually get around to finishing off this so we can test everything else. Now we are sure that works. Wasted most of the day getting just that part worked to work. So what will happen now is that damn, another one. Excuse me. So that anytime we find a bug that's not working correct or something that's not working correctly, we'll have an option that'll say create a bug report, and if I use that option, it'll bring up the dialog to create those various things there. And as we go through, it'll do each of those, and then we'll just make a note of what it is and what's going on, and then I can go back through, look at that file, and go through and figure out where the problems are at. It's kind of a really barbaric, rudimentary, primitive debugging, software kind of thing, all done internally, and such. So case 1, and what will happen is on the last one, we'll say I equals 9999, and so when it hits that, it'll close out of the for loop, and that's why that says 999 there. Next, we need to figure out the order in which to test the stuff. So then we'll just go right down the list here. Down the list of functions. So we'll start with the ARM message code here. So what's going to happen now is we'll do this. Back to main. So MSG, or we'll say for I equals 0, or we'll say J because we have to do a double nested here. So let's add J up here. And those will be the things we need to determine the bug debugging information. Let's see, how many do we have? I think it's 24, 25. So we'll say 25. we're essentially going to cycle through each of those. So for I Alright, J is less than 25. J++. So we go MSG, or MP, I think, dot MR message J. And then get CH. So that'll do is it'll cycle through each of the messages once I hit, and then after I hit enter, so it'll be consistent. So now system isn't that part of Windows H, the system CLS? Let's see. MSDN, huh? Oh, stdlib. Yeah, see, this is for API programming, though. It's not for console. But it's stdlib, okay. That's what... yeah, I don't have it up here. I have stdlib, but not include stdlib.h. And take out that.